Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for the 7th update of the Deck of Panning Project Pan. This was of course started by Emily and Vax. I will link her intro video down below so you can check out the rules and how to play and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a crazy month. I'm a little bit late with this update. I've been extremely busy starting my new job and everything. I do use this project as a way to kind of cycle through my makeup, more of a usage project type of style as opposed to like finishing stuff for the most part. But that said, I think I want to increase the amount of usage I get on my products. I am getting through goals a little bit quicker, in fact, than I kind of want to in some cases, like especially if I really like a product and I really want to spend more time with it. I don't necessarily want to be hitting goals with them as much. So let's just get into the update and see how I did with the products I had in last time. It is MAC Dazzleite, a brand that began with D, but since I don't think I have any D brand products, I just went with the name, so D for Dazzleite. My goal was to use this 10 times and I used it 5 times out of 10. I'm wearing it today as like a brow bone highlight. So this was a really easy one to use, and this reminds me a lot of, is it Betty Luminizer or no, not Betty Luminizer, Mary Luminizer, the highlighter, because it looks like kind of yellowy in the pan, but goes on barely yellow and you see it on the face. So great eyeshadow, love it, and I'm so happy because it is one of my older eyeshadows and I really needed to give that one a lot of love. So I have 5 more uses to go on that one. Next prompt I picked was the Balancing Act one, so something that didn't have a lot of pigment or has too much pigment, and I had the Naked 3 palette because I found that a lot of these shades I felt weren't as pigmented or didn't show up as much as I thought it might. So my goal for this eyeshadow palette was to hit 2 times on 4 shadows, so not the one at the end, those 4 in order there. Ended up hitting my goal on Dust, which is the first shade in the series there, and Buzz, this shade right here. This one was Dust and this one I think was Buzz. So I honestly really enjoyed using them in this project, and I just feel like 2 times, I mean, I could have made that goal much larger because I actually really liked using them and I don't want to put it away, but and it doesn't mean I have to put it away, but you know what I mean. This one right here I need to use one more time, and this one here I need to use one more time. I'm wearing Buzz actually on my lid right now, and I just really enjoy them. So I was thinking they didn't have as much pigment, but then like when I'm putting them on, I really like the amount of pigment in it. So chocolate bar palette, I pulled this in for the random color generator prompt because I pulled dark brown or mahogany brown, and this triple fudge shade matched up with that. The goal for triple fudge was to use it 7 times and I used it 5 times out of 7. So I'm wearing that today as well. It's so funny, like when it's the day to film, I try to use all the products in the project as much as I can. But yeah, I love using this as an eyeliner. I much prefer using a shadow with a brush to do my wing liner as opposed to the Flower Beauty liquid liner I've been not enjoying as much lately. So really been enjoying doing that. And yeah, I mainly use triple fudge as a liner or as a crease shade, like blend it out, looks really pretty. So I still have 2 more uses on that and then I can roll it out. But yeah, I really have enjoyed that and I could probably continue using that beyond the 7 times. I really feel like that could have been a 10 times goal. This is Turks and Caicos, and this is actually for the prompt Nostalgia, and the goal was to use this 3 times, which for me is a lot. That is a challenge for me actually. It doesn't sound like a high number, but when it comes to nail polishes, I like to rotate a lot because I have so many bottles, and focusing on one for that much makes me a little antsy. It makes me a little antsy. But I did it. I used it one more time because I only had 1 more use left on it the last update. And yeah, so I use this I think 2 on my fingers and once on my toes, and I'm pleased to put this away for a while, but it is such a pretty color for, you know, this time of the year or like summertime. Yeah, I wore this in some recent YouTube videos, so definitely check it out if you're wondering what color that was. It was this, and yeah, I still really like it and got 2 more uses out of it than I probably would have otherwise. MAC Viva Glam. So my goal is to use this 5 times, and the last update I used it 3 out of 5 times, and I used it 1 more time since the last update, so now it's 4 out of 5 times. I still have 1 more use left to go. And this is beautiful. I absolutely love this lipstick. It's just not one of those lipsticks that is a frequent type of lipstick for me at all. But that's okay. We're allowed to have colors that we don't want to wear all the time, right? I think that's fine. I absolutely do love it when I do wear it. It's just a very dressy color. Dressier than how I like to wear my makeup most days, okay? But like when I do wear it, I love it. So one more use left to go on that. I think that's doable. The prompt I had for this was brand I have the most of, and MAC, I think, tops the charts with that. The NYX Push Up Liquid Lipstick. This was for Graveyard Project Pan, and this was sort of collecting dust for me, even though it's one of my favorite products. The goal with this was to use it 10 times. I had to use it 4 more times to hit 10. I used this 5 times. This is one of my favorite nude lip colors, Push Up, and I eventually do want to pan this completely. I just don't know when that's going to happen. So maybe my other project pan that I'm doing, my yearly one, I might throw it into that eventually and try to finish this up totally. But it was a good head start, and was glad to get 10 more uses out of it towards that goal of eventually finishing it. So we can kick this out. Roll it out sounds a little bit more kind towards my products that have no feelings, but okay. Anyway, I pulled in NYX Toulouse a couple of updates back. This is one of their soft matte lip cream. This was for newest product, but this definitely wasn't like my newest product in my collection, but probably one of my newest, or at least newer, lip products. My goal was to use this 5 times, and since the last update I had to use it 2 more times to hit 5, and I did that. So I can roll this one out. It's definitely a cool toned mauve type of shade, so it was a little bit more challenging to want to reach for this because I feel like it's a more fall type of color, but I managed to do it. So it's not as fall as I was thinking in my head. It's definitely wearable this time of year, but yeah, in my head I'm thinking it's fall shade. But either way, I hit my goal, so I can roll this guy out. So for an SPF product, I had chosen the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Tint in the shade Medium Matsu. And this I am trying to finish completely, and I'm really, really close. It is getting a little harder to get product out of here. I kind of have to like twist it and manipulate it to get that last couple bits out of here. And yeah, so I definitely can tell that I've used it a bunch. I didn't like mark how many times I use it. I do use this very often. I recently just purchased 1 foundation or 2 foundations recently, but for a while this was the only one I had. So I did get quite a bit of use out of this and used it most of the month. This I wouldn't consider like completely done, but it's pretty stinking close, and I do think I want to cut it open and get the like every last bit out of this as I can. So I did get this free from Influencer. I wanted to make note of that, but yeah, it is a really nice product. I'm wearing this today. I think it offers a very natural like coverage. I use concealer with this as well, so I really enjoyed my time with this, but I still think I have probably at least 1 or 2 more uses out of this, maybe more. I'm gonna cut it open and then we'll see how much I have left to use of it. So now it is time for the fun part. We're going to choose prompts. I do think a lot of these products will be rolling out between now and the next update, so I feel comfortable actually drawing 5 cards, except this time I'm going to make the goals a little bit lengthier. I've been kind of switching out a little too frequently. So let's see what I end up picking. The Joker is in here. Okay, so the first card is the 10 of Hearts. So that just says random uses. Next, we have the 4 of Spades. I definitely got that prompt before. This is like a product that reminds you of spring, I guess. That's no fun. It's it's fall. Like, it's gonna be fall. I don't want to wear a spring product, but whatever, it's fine. Ace of Hearts. We have pick your space. I'm assuming that means pick whatever prompt you want, I think. I was looking up the explanation. I don't think there was an explanation for that one, but I'm assuming that's what they mean. Okay, let's keep going. This one is the 9 of Diamonds. That one is least expensive. All right, and the last one is 2 of Diamonds. This one is OG YouTube favorite. Okay, I can definitely pick for these. Okay, I'm gonna pick my products and then I will be right back. All right, guys, I made my picks. So for the Ace of Hearts, which was pick your space, I went with nail polish again. So the color I picked was Over the Taupe by OPI. And my goal with this nail polish is 4 times. I want to use this 4 times between now and October at some point. Again, That might not sound like a lot of uses, but for nail polish, that's a lot for me because I have so many. So that will be a little bit of a challenge, because I tend to get antsy with nail polish and want to use different colors in my collection. 4 times I think it'll be good, and I think it'll be nice to see colors like this that have been sitting around for a couple of years now, like see them move down more significantly, because I don't usually do that. I think I'm up for the challenge, and I think it's a great color to use for, you know, the upcoming months ahead. For the random uses product, I chose the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Gingersnap, and again, another really nice fall type of shade, except this will be a challenge for me because this hasn't been known to be a butter gloss that I use frequently. You know, I pull it in for a shot in my stash or whatever, but like I never got like a ton of use out of it every time. I just find them a little bit more of a challenge to wear, even though I do like darker lip colors on me. Yeah, it's easier to use other shades sometimes. I have to use the number generator between 1 and 5. Okay, I don't know if you can see it all. I only got a 1. I was expecting it to say like 5 or something for 50, which I wouldn't have been mad at that. But yeah, so 1 times 10, so 10 times only on this, which I guess I mean, I'm glad that it's doable, right? Especially for the type of product it is, but I really wouldn't have been mad if it was a higher goal to challenge myself more, but okay. So we're gonna get 10 times usage on Gingersnap. I can use this over the next few updates. So that's the goal too. Like if it's a product that can spread out, then cool, which I won't wanna use that a lot in a small amount of time, so that's fine. All right, next we have the 4 of Spades, which was a product that I guess reminds you of springtime. I definitely pulled that prompt before, but this palette, the Charlotte in Bloom palette, this for me, I always pull out in the springtime. It's not necessarily like the colors are neutral enough, they don't have to be spring, but the palette itself in my brain, I only pull out usually in the spring. So yeah, we're gonna pull this one in, and I want to get 15 uses out of this palette. So that's definitely doable considering the nature of the palette. You know, they're neutral colors. I don't think that will be too difficult. Yeah, if I breeze through 15 uses in a month, I might push it to 20. So we'll start off with 15, and if I feel like I want to use it longer, I'll do 20 max. We're gonna start off with 15 and then go from there. And then 2 of Diamonds was the OG YouTube product that YouTubers used to rave about, and I'm gonna go with the Glossier Cloud Paints. I decided to go with this because of the creamy nature of the product. I don't want these things hanging out for years and years and years. I want to get as much use out of it as possible. People were really raving about these. At least, I mean, I'm sure they still like them and enjoy them, but I feel like it had like a big moment at one point. So this is Glossier Storm. I feel like I've swatched this like a bajillion times on my channel, and I'm sure you all know what this looks like at this point, but I'm gonna swatch anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna use Storm 15 times, and that could stretch out over 3 months, 2 months, because I'm trying to pan a blush in my project pan for 2022. So I could see myself mainly focusing on that, so I might not get like, I might not hit that goal for a little bit with this, and I have like other blushes I'm also using. So I thought this was a good candidate. We'll see how it goes. I really love this blush, and 15 uses right now seems like it's not too short. And the last prompt was the 9 of Diamonds, which was least expensive, and I actually picked this Shop Missy foundation, and I think this foundation was like $1.88 or something ridiculously cheap. Even though I know it's not a lot of foundation, it's still, that's very affordable. Now this is new. I haven't even opened it yet, so I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, I want to save this for when it gets a little bit colder. I got 2 different bottles. I got this shade, which is buff, and then another shade that's a little bit darker that actually matches my skin tone like now. But you know what? It'll give me an excuse to crack this open early and like play around with it. I also was wondering if I should bring in a foundation, because I don't know if that's cheating, because I don't have a lot of foundations to pick from at all. I have like 2 bottles right now and the tinted moisturizer. But I think the challenge will be for me to actually open it up and start using it now instead of waiting. I'm gonna go with 10 times, even though I know I'm gonna use it way more than 10 times in general. Like eventually I'm gonna have to use it all the time. So 10 times though to crack it open and start using it now, which I didn't want to do, but I'm gonna do it now because the project made me. My goal is to not be picking all these cards every single update now, because I think it was getting a little too frequent. I really want to use my products more now than just rotate them. I think my collection's at a size where I can do that without feeling like I'm neglecting stuff. So, okay guys, so that completes this deck of panning update. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in my next video, hopefully. That will be the yearly project pan update. Definitely consider liking and subscribing. I'm glad to be back and filming. Hopefully I can get more into a routine, because I had like a span of time there where I was not filming anything, watching anything, like, See you later, guys. Bye.